Hi YouTube friends, good morning. This is Purbasha. I hope you guys are doing good, and this is my latest cake. I think this is my ninth cake. Yeah, ninth baking project, not the ninth cake. This is for a friend. Her name is Sujata, and this is like a goodbye gift to her. I hope she likes it. She's leaving for Ireland by the end of this month, and I just wanted to bake her something so that she can remember me while she is away. And this is a cosmetic bag, a makeup bag that I made for her, and I'm gonna go into the detail of it. First, I want to give you the reason why I made a makeup bag. Sujata and myself, we used to work in the same place, and I remember somebody had sent us a link saying a cosmetic company was going out of business and they were selling everything for a buck. And me and Sujata, we went bonkers and we ended up shopping stuffs worth of $70. I mean, can you believe it? If everything is for $1 or less. I mean, there were stuffs for $5, $10, like the makeup brush sets and things like that. We got everything. So buying worth $70 is like a lot of cosmetics. You know, women, they always think, even though they have enough, they always think they're missing on a deal. So you end up buying unnecessary and too much. That's what happened. And we had a great time. We were in the office sitting and like browsing through the website and picking up stuffs. So we had fun that day, and that's the reason I made this cosmetics bag, so that when she looks at it, she gets reminded of the day and she can remember how fun we had. So coming down to the cake, it's actually a 8-inch cake, and it was cut into half and then repeated. So, and it's 2 layered, so I'll show you the thickness of the bag, and if you see, it's pretty thick. Here you can see the thickness of the bag. Yeah, it's pretty thick. That's why I had to add 2 zips, as if there were 2 pockets in the bag. And what I did was I used chocolate cake, and it has a vanilla buttercream icing in between them, and I covered it with homemade marshmallow fondant. Coming to the shape of the cake, if you see, it is a little skewed. I'm not happy about it. That's why but while I was carving the cake or cutting it, I thought I got them all right, but after I put them with the buttercream, and it still looked all right, but once I put the fondant, it became even more obvious that it was skewered. But the damage was already done, so I was a little upset about it. But otherwise, I'm okay with the cake. I had a lot of hurdles with this cake. First, to start off, the batter mix was bad, and the first layer didn't come out fluffy. The second layer luckily came out fluffy. That's what gave the depth of this bag. And then when I started working on the fondant, I don't know, maybe somebody could suggest me or give me a tip on this. What happened was, usually when you knead the fondant with confectionery sugar, it becomes very sweet. It's like overwhelmingly sweet, and my husband doesn't like it, and sometimes I feel too it's too sweet, and because the fondant being chewy, it doesn't have that buttery or smooth texture, and moreover it's very sweet. So what I did this time was, instead of using whole confectionery sugar, I used half confectionery sugar and half cornstarch while I was kneading the fondant. So could be one reason for that. My fondant was behaving really weird. It was very chewy and stretchy, while at the same time it was not that soft. It was hardening really fast. Usually in New York, it's dry, it's not humid, so it does harden. But yesterday while I was making it, it was very humid because it was raining, because the other fondants and other figurines that I had made of fondants were for other cakes were getting softer and getting smushy, while this fondant I had to keep microwaving it to make it warm and palatable to work with it. So I had to really struggle a little with the fondant. So that's the story with the fondant. If anybody can help me with a tip of how to make the fondant a little less sweeter, that would be great. And after the fondant, I rolled it out the fondant, and using pizza cutter, I really shaped both the sides, the back and the front, and then the middle section. Yeah, when you shape the fondant, it actually doesn't come the exact shape of the cake, so I used a scissor and I clipped up all the extra parts on them to give it the right shape. I'm gonna put the pictures together at the end of the video so you can see how step by step how I made this cake. And the only thing I'm excited about this cake is the design inside here, because I hand painted them. I'm gonna take you closer, and if you take a look, I used a lemon extract and brown edible color, and I hand painted the twigs and the branches, and the blue flowers were cut out with the flower cutter, and then I just tucked them and painted them with pearl luster dust. I did this side first because I was not sure how it would come. This was the back side of the cake, and it came out pretty good, and then I was confident, and then I went ahead and did the front side of the cake. And to add a little personal touch, I added her initial over here as a zipper. So, and this I dusted with highlighter silver color, so it's super shiny. Coming to the accessories, I had fun making this accessories. I made a brush, I made a pencil and some blusher and some eyeshadow. These pencils and the brush, they have the cocktail stick inside them to give it the form. And here you go. And this bracelet, I'm like pretty proud of it. It's come out so cute, and they're actually like a real bracelet. What I did was I rolled out fondant into balls, and before it hardened, I made a hole in between them, and after they hardened, I basically tied it up with a string and then colored it with pearl dust, so you can see a little shine on them. So that's it for this cake. As I said, I'm not that super excited about the cake because I was upset about the way the shape came out and the thickness. This was not the thickness that I wanted to, but as I said, my first layer of cake that I baked came out really bad. So I made second layer, then I thought that was too little cake for her to eat, so I put all the cakes in the purse. So that's it about my new project, and I hope you like it because it was fun making, and let me know what you think. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye. Take care.